With the constant increase in the prices of goods and in the cost of living globally, savings right now should become expedient. Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name is Chika, and if this is your first time seeing my beautiful face, you are welcome. I love to have you here. I create content on motherhood, on parenting, on food, on tips as an immigrant here in the UK, and all that good stuff. So if those are the kind of content you like, then please click on the subscribe button and join my family. I'd love to have you here. And to all my returning subscribers, thank you so much for the love. Thank you so much for your support. I truly appreciate you all. As you can tell already from my title, I'll be talking about tips on how to save as an immigrant here in the UK. I've been in the UK for a year plus now, and I have learned a thing or two, and that is why I'm sitting down here today to share these tips, and I believe that it would be helpful to someone out there. So today I'm going to be talking about ways that you can cut costs as an immigrant here in the UK. Like I said earlier on, the cost of living globally, like it's becoming a pandemic, guys. It's a thing of concern. So it is very important that we all find ways to save. So there's this popular saying, which is cut your clothes according to your cloth. Now, this is very important because it's not cut your clothes according to your size. No, this does not apply, because you might want to sew abada, for example. As an African, there's something we call abada. It needs a lot of material, and if you have one yard, you can sew abada. Okay, so if you have the clothes you have will determine what you're going to sew. Now, in this instance, the cloth is going to be your income. So your income will determine a lot of things. It is the determining factor. So your income here is going to determine your lifestyle to a great extent. I'm going to be sharing ways that you can save money as an immigrant, and generally also these tips can be applied globally. So the first thing I'm going to say here is you need to know where your money is going, okay? So you know what you have, you know what is coming in, you know your income. Now you need to determine how it's going out. So the first thing here I would say that really takes a big chunk of your money is your rent. So what I would say is this is a very dicey subject when it comes to rent, because I would say know the reason why you're paying that rent. Now, why I'm saying this is because when you come into the country, immediately you come into a new country, like as an immigrant, when you just move in, the first thing you're thinking about is you need a shelter. You need to get a place to stay. So at that time, the rent, the amount might not be what you're considering. Yes, you're going to check your budget and you know what you're looking at, but you might go to the highest end of your budget because, like I said, you need a place to stay. That is very understandable as an immigrant when you just move in. At that time, I understand when people pay like so much more than they normally should, and that is understandable. Now, that's why I said that rent is a dicey subject. So for me, I would say know why you're paying that rent. For example, if it is because you recently moved in and like you don't really know the area, you just got a house, that is understandable. But after staying there for a while, you need to start looking at other options. Look at the houses available. Are there cheaper houses now to be able to cut down your rent? Also, it could be because of where people got their course, their COS, or because of job, distance. So many factors are considered when it comes to rent. So I'm just going to say this, that know that let your rent be justifiable. Like the amount of rent you're paying, you should be able to say, this is for a particular reason and I know why I'm paying that rent. Okay, so that being said, your rent is a major factor and you should just find ways to reduce that if you can. The second thing I'm going to talk about is man must work, guys. So we're going to be talking about food. Now, food here I started going up. When I came recently, it was really pretty, it was okay, pretty affordable. It still is affordable. But people used to say, things have actually gone up and all of that. That it used to be way cheaper, but now it's even something else. Like I can see the prices going up compared to when I recently moved into the country. So what I'm going to say here is regards the stores. Now, when you go into all the stores or almost all the stores, for example, when you go into Asda, you have Asda Essentials. When you go into Aldi, you also have their own Aldi product. When you go to Morrison, you have Savers. So you need to consider using the brand, the store brands, okay? Now, this is a way to save costs because the store brands will definitely be way cheaper than the other like popular brands. So you need to consider like switching your brands, except it's something that you cannot do without. Like I said, if it's justifiable, that is good. But in order to save cost, think of using the store brands. That is like buying Asda Essentials and the rest. Now, another thing I'm going to say when it comes to food is try and know when to buy things here because they do have seasons. So maximize the seasons here. For example, for a good while from December till this January is over and I haven't bought Irish potatoes. And this is because during the Christmas 15p veggie sales, I maximized it and I bought a lot of Irish potatoes. And I just spread them out and remove them from the bags and they are good and we've been using them. So maximize the seasons and know when to buy things in bulk. There's always going to be, the good thing about this is that there's always going to be deals. There are always deals. When you see deals, guys, go for the deals, store them up, buy them, freeze them, and you know that you are going to be using them for a long time. Try the store brands, maximize seasons, and also buy things in bulk. That would really help because the way things are going up now, if you buy things in bulk, then you know that the next time you go to the store and it's gone up, at least you have some of it already. So yeah, so buying things in bulk would also help. Then another thing I'm going to say with regards food in the aspect of saving food here in the UK is trying to find alternatives, okay? So for example, instead of going to buy peeled beans from the African store every day, you can decide to switch to lentils. Lentils is good for moi moi, lentils is good for akara. I've used it and I even have a video where I'll leave that up here. And I'll also leave it in the description box on how you can use lentils to make moi moi, and it's absolutely delicious, guys. So yes, try and find alternatives. For example, when it comes to swallow, you can try switching to oats, which is also a very healthy option. Now, oats, a bag of oats is like 90p. And when you blend that, guys, it will last for a while for some food. So even if you buy 5 bags of it, like not up to £5, but almost £5. So if you buy 5 bags of that, you know that it's going to last you for that month. Trust me, even if you eat swallow every day, it will last you for a good while compared to going to buy gari. Trust me, guys, gari is not cheap. So if you're buying gari or buying pound or those things, I'm not saying you should not indulge, of course, once in a while, but in order to save costs, finding alternatives is a very good option. When it comes to the African food, which we know already that it's pricey here, I would say try and look for in your areas where you can buy things in wholesale. Like I recently talked about the wholesale market. I talked about one African store. And the good thing about these things is that if you have friends, you can always share. Okay? Guys, we're all trying to help each other out. Okay? So if you have friends, you can always share these things, guys, to reduce the cost. Or better still, if you go to that wholesale market in the morning on a Saturday, you would still see a lot of Nigerians there. And guys, people are just sharing. Just say, guy, I want to buy plantain, let's share. Everybody shares it and you go home, okay? So that is also another option. It's either you do it like with your friends already and say, okay, I'm going to the market, let's share this. Or you go there and you share, okay? So now that way you'll be able to buy things in bulk. Guys, the pepper I bought since last year, I'm still using it because it was a lot and I don't really eat that much pepper. So that is a way to save cost. Trust me, I bought that thing for how much? I think if you watch that video, you'd see everything there where I talked about how much I bought them, and I'm still eating it till now. So definitely that is a way to save cost compared to going to buy it in the African shop here. Going to buy it in the African store here would have been way pricey, but now going to the wholesale market was what, way cheaper. So yes guys, when it comes to the African food stuff, I'll say try and find those wholesale shops, and some Asian shops too are really good. Then you see how you can either buy in bulk or you share, but it will still be good. Maybe you're sharing a box, or 3 people share a box, and it's still a very good price. And then you learn how to also store those things, because you can store yam, you can store plantain, and I have videos. You can store okra in your freezer and it will be fresh when you're using it, like very fresh. So yes, so that is it when it comes to food. Now the next thing I'm going to talk about, I'm going to be talking about other bills. Now there are other bills, and they are the ones that you cannot control, that you must pay, okay? Like your electricity, you can control your electricity anyways. You can learn how to maximize your electricity. In terms of washing, you should wash more in the early hours of the morning. That is in the night. It's in the morning anyway. I'm talking about like early hours of the morning is way better. When I mean early hours of the morning, very early in the morning, like 2 a.m., 3 a.m. ish, 4 a.m. ish. Maximize the timing with your washing is also very key when it comes to saving electricity. Also, not trying to use your electric heater, like switching it, not putting it on 5. So yes, there are ways to maximize your electricity in order not to use in order not to have like the very high bill. But when it comes to things like some of your direct debits, like when it comes to subscriptions, I feel like sometimes people just go all out and they're on everything, okay? So you're on Netflix, you're on Prime, you're on... Hello, we're trying to save cost, okay? So you can't be on all of these things. When do you even have the time to watch it? We know how it is over here, where there is limited time, like work, before you even do school run, before you go come back, work, your day is gone. So you can't be on Netflix, Prime, and every other subscription, like, hello. So we're talking about ways to reduce cost. So you need to sit down and check your direct debits. Look at your subscriptions and see, are these things really vital? Are they still important? As in, you need to revisit them and see now, at this time, are they still necessary? Okay. And the good thing about subscription is that you can always stop and come back later. So you need to check your subscriptions and see that you're not paying for things you're not using. Another thing is to also look at your phone bills. Now, I'm going to give an instance. For example, when I was still a student and I used to go to school then, so we have, of course, we have unlimited at home, Wi-Fi unlimited. In school, there was Wi-Fi. Once you're just entering school, everything is on, okay? Unlimited Wi-Fi. At the train station, there's also Wi-Fi there, even though that one can be shaky, but there's Wi-Fi at the train station. So at that point in time, I wasn't doing unlimited on my phone because I felt it wasn't necessary. I went for the other option. I went for another alternative because there's so many options you can choose from. And I preferred to do the unlimited calls than the Wi-Fi, because at home, there was always going to be Wi-Fi. And when I'm in school, I had Wi-Fi. So the little time I had between train station and which there was also Wi-Fi and going home, I didn't see the need to be paying that much on my phone. So these are things that you need to consider, because you cannot be paying for unlimited, except it's the same amount. But if it's not the same amount, why should you be paying for unlimited phone, unlimited, and you are not using, your phone is unlimited, you're in the house, your Wi-Fi, your broadband is unlimited, you're also at home. These are things that we need to consider. Okay, so having said that, I'm going to be going to another tip. If you've been enjoying this tip so far, please give this video a thumbs up. It goes a long way to help my channel, and that way YouTube will be able to recommend my videos to more people. So please give us a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't. I'd also like to know in the comment section, what are the ways you've been saving money as an immigrant here in the UK? So okay, that brings me to the next tip, which is maximize charity stores. Guys, there's a lot in charity store. There is a lot in charity stores. Okay, so maximize charity stores. And I would also say Facebook Market, but you have to be careful when you're on Facebook Market. Okay, so I would say charity store first before you go to Facebook Market. But Facebook Market also works. It works, and you can also get stuff from Facebook Market. But I would say maximize charity store for clothing, for home appliances. Guys, go and check it first, okay? If you don't see it, then you can now go to other stores. Sometimes you get very brand new stuff. I'm not even joking, guys. You get brand new stuff there. So I would say always once in a while give them a visit. Pop in, see what's happening. You'll be surprised, guys, at what you would find. I used to call it like treasure hunts. Okay, it's when you go to the charity store because you don't really know what you're going to find. So just go in there and you will be surprised most of the time. So if you could check there before you go and get some other things, especially when you're just moving in as an immigrant. Also, another thing I'm going to say, when I've said this earlier on anyway, with regards to maximizing seasons, is also with regards to stores. When it comes to now this is not about food, this comes to clothing. When it comes to clothing, they all used to do sales, guys. Most of these stores, if not all of the stores, do sales, from Primark to Matalan to all of them, guys. I've even done some videos on sales. So one thing you need to know is to maximize those seasons. Like now we're still in the winter season, but it's gradually, like, we're gradually leaving the winter season, and sales is gonna be starting again very soon, guys. Like, there are gonna be sales because once we're moving into the next season, there'll definitely be like now bringing out new stuff for that season. So maximize these seasons and use it to buy things and save, because they'll be way cheaper, guys, way cheaper. Like, and you can get things at a very good price for the next season. For kids, you can always size up or size 2 times depending on how your kids grow. Okay, so maximize the seasons for the clothing, for food, for everything, guys. So just maximize it. All right, guys, so I have come to the end of this video today. Let me know if you enjoyed watching, and please don't forget to give us a thumbs up. Let me know in the comment section how you save money as an immigrant living here in the UK. And thank you so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you again in my next one. Until then, stay fabulous and stay blessed. Love you and God bless you.